So what is being developed in Cambridge is, if you like, a one-stop shop. When customers need help, then it's one phone call or one online transaction that will get them in touch with the knowledge, the tools, the interfaces that they need. Now, this is a concept, if you like, that permeates the whole thinking that is going into joined-up government. People shouldn't have to worry about what part of government they're dealing with. They shouldn't have to chase from department to department, from agency to agency, repeating themselves as they go. In those areas where people most often need to interact with government, they're what Jack Cunningham calls common life episodes. In those areas, the commitment is to deliver a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week service. If American Express can do it, then why not the tax office and the benefits agency? Now, when developing solutions, it's going to be important, therefore, that you keep the end user in mind, whether that be the business or the individual citizen, and more often than not, of course, it will be the individual. So what will life be like for that individual citizen once government is joined up? With a peek into the future, as we peer into the crystal ball some 10 years or so, will you please welcome Madame Zaza, alias Charles Lowe.
Sharpens, heightens each sensation, darkens, wakes, and stirs imagination.
Good morning, Charles. Your net worth is 2.156 million euros. Your stakeholder pension is showing an 11% positive variation. Your current outstanding dues to society are 140,000 euros.
I remember when they used to be called taxes.
The Met Office weather forecast is changeable. The outside temperature is 16 Celsius. It is your turn to carpool today. Would you like me to heat the interior and ventilate it?
Why do I need to ventilate my car?
Your younger daughter had a kebab on the way home last night. She didn't quite eat when she came home.
Yes, please ventilate it. I can't believe she plugged it in. She can't be feeling right. Oh, cancel. Computers haven't yet mastered sarcasm.
You have mail. 1 personal, 5 work mails. The work mails are from that nice director of yours who always works on Sunday mornings. Your personal mail is a video diary of your younger daughter's holiday. Would you like to deal with your mail now?
No thanks, I'll check them later. I went downstairs to have breakfast with my elder daughter Pippa. She wanted to discuss her career with me as her studies were coming to an end. So we used the employment portal on Web TV. The agency knew my daughter's position and picked out a number of opportunities suitable for the start of her portfolio career. We discussed her options. She told me that she was going to the street corner university to study this morning. I remember when we used to call these libraries, and all they had were books and quiet please signs. So I asked her why she wasn't studying with BT Solstra at home.
Well, I know you can talk to the staff from home, Dad, but you can't have a coffee with them. It's nice to see real people now and again.
So I left her to get on with it. It was time for me to get to work.
I have mapped out a route so you can pick up the 2 carpoolers and drop your daughter at the street corner university.
Thank you. So I picked up the poolers and headed off. We got so engrossed in our conversation that I turned off BT Cellnet traffic line. Later on, I wished I hadn't. Because it was raining so hard, I dropped my daughter off at the front door of the SCU. As we stopped, she started to talk about one of the job opportunities we looked at earlier. I wouldn't have minded, but the front door is on a red route, something my traffic line would have told me if I'd left it on. Inevitably enough, my dashboard butted in.
Hello. Car park not close enough for you, sir? Or are we just too important to use it?
Well, I tried to explain I wasn't really stopping, but...
Would you like to see the GPS records or a time-stamped photo, sir?
It was a fair cop. I was put straight through to the virtual court to face the music.
Mr. Charles Lowe, GPS records show you to have committed a red route parking violation in Newbridge Road at 08:47 on the 19th of April. Do you wish to register any mitigating circumstances?
I realised that neither insistent daughters nor heavy rain were going to cut much ice with the court, so I resigned myself to the worst.
You will pay a statutory fine of €100. Do you wish to make immediate payment?
I put my smart card into the dashboard and the auto judge duly deducted €100.
Thank you. Please observe parking restrictions in future. Have a nice day.
Thank you. As I got my card back, my browser came through on the dashboard.
You are now 10 minutes late and due in London in 40 minutes.
Oh dear, €100 poorer and running late. Well, anyway, when I got to the station, I made sure I paid for parking. My BT Smart Card provided the Trustwise digital certificate to verify the transaction electronically. And then I used it in the turnstile. While I was on the train, I prepared for my meeting using BT Remote Works on my handheld.
You have 1 personal and 10 work mails, including messages from that nice director of yours who works on Sunday mornings.
The mail would have to wait. You know, BT Cellnet's got a lot to answer for. Once upon a time, at least when you were mobile, circuit switching meant that emails and such like could never really reach you. But with mobile access and then global packet switch radio, GPRS for short, that's all changed. Data rates as good as landline. It's even starting to work in the US nowadays. Is nothing sacred? And of course, BT Remote Works manages the whole remote working setup for me, but I digress. Anyway, thanks to the new integrated transport system, I made it to my meeting with Defence Procurement on time. After BT's success in implementing a 100% electronic procurement system, they'd asked us to consult on a number of other issues, one being security. Of course, I could have done this using BT Conference Call Presence with its brilliant multimedia conference management capability, but I like to be face-to-face with my customers as often as my time and my budget will allow. As I was walking back to the station after the meeting, I received an SMS message. What had happened? Had the sensors in her home detected a problem? I decided the best thing to do was use a BT multimedia kiosk at the station. Put in my smart card and used the BT telemedicine centre. It took me through the usual checks, but everything was okay. Then I remembered. I'd set up the SMS message to remind me that today was her birthday. Haven't eliminated absent-mindedness with all this technology yet. So I used the English Tourist Board website to book us a nice weekend break in the country. Then called her on the video phone from the same kiosk to tell her about it. As I was saying goodbye, another SMS message flashed up. My train was arriving at platform 12. When I arrived home, my daughter was using BT Solstra. I noticed that she was training on a package called Graduates into the Workplace. Intrigued, I asked her why she was being so studious. Apparently, she'd been successful with a virtual interview and had got a job as a knowledge engineer with a local council. She raved about how well the DSS had prepared her for the interview. This called for a celebration, so I decided to cook something special. Naturally, I discussed the menu with the fridge.
Good evening, sir. As it is the Chinese New Year, might I suggest a dim sum selection followed by braised crab in a black bean sauce?
I like the idea of dim sum, but I don't fancy seafood tonight.
Then perhaps the Peking duck, sir, with pancakes and hoisin sauce. You have fresh cucumber and spring onions in the chill compartment.
Excellent, we'll have that.
And perhaps a chilled Chardonnay to accompany your meal?
Oh, no. Chardonnay's a disaster with Chinese food. What else do we have?
Your wine rack includes Vouvray and a petit Chablis.
No, let's have some Fino Sherry and some cheese to follow.
Miss Pippa's favourite?
What's that again?
The farmhouse brie, sir. An excellent surface-ripened semi-soft cheese from the farm of Monsieur Claude Leclerc in the picturesque village of Charlotte. The milk is drawn from his herd of Charolais dairy cattle, which graze 15 hectares of organic pastureland.
Well, that's food track for you. Fine. We'll have that.
For your information, sir, this is the last pack.
Could you order some more then? Oh, and remember that quality is important with this stuff. Don't go bidding for the lowest offer. Once everything was prepared and I programmed the microwave for 8:30, I decided to put in an hour on my Open University course in Mandarin. I was just starting on the next module when I was interrupted.
Charles, you have mail. 2 personal and 2 work mails.
I decided to check the personals but leave the work for tomorrow for a change. It was the Inland Revenue. They wanted details on my recent promotion so that my tax details could be kept up to date. You know, I read somewhere recently this saves them an enormous amount of money. Now they hardly ever have to chase people for late payment, something which used to lose the government over 700 million euros a year in the 1990s. And on top of that, no one ever gets an unexpected tax bill. My second mail was from the Greater London Authority Electoral Register.
Are you in favour of increasing the number of records? Please vote now.
You can probably imagine the way I voted electronically on that one.
Charles, your Peking duck is ready. Would you like to watch a video or listen to your online music portfolio during your meal?
Some Bach would be nice. Johann Christian, of course. Say the E-flat concerto, the one with horns in. Not too loud, though. As Pippa and I sat down for our meal, the conversation turned to the good old days. My daughter just couldn't believe the way we used to use technology.
Do you mean to say that they really designed systems that couldn't share information with each other? You mean you really had to tell every different department you dealt with in government when you changed your address? You couldn't just do it once and they shared the information? Did they really have computers that weighed 5 kilograms that sat on your lap? Is it true that if you had treatment in hospital, your GP wasn't informed and your records didn't follow you? You really had to apply for child benefit and fill in a load of forms when the midwife's records already had all your details? I can't believe there was no link between your national insurance, NHS, digital certificate, credit card, phone, and all the other numbers we have. Dad, be serious.
It all made me realise how much life has changed in such a short time. As I turned in for the night, my browser ran its usual end-of-day programs.
After today's events, your net worth is 2.154 million euros. Sorry, Charles. One final thing. According to the latest GPS location, Tiddles is 0.521 kilometers from the house. If he follows his usual pattern, he should be home in 15 minutes.
Thank you very much. That was meant to be a glimpse into the future, but as some of you will have spotted, the most futuristic product mentioned was BT Cellnet's GPRS. And that's scheduled to begin operations, albeit as a trial, on the 5th of January in the year 2000. Cellnet's really got the year 2000 bug sorted. Nearly all the rest of the products are around now. We just need to inspire our customers with how our products can turn their visions into reality. As always, the challenge with the new technology, and that's especially true of internet technology, is getting people to want to use it, to change their ways of working, indeed to change their whole lives. And that's why John's appointed me and encouraged me to build a small team. Because we've had lots of experience in successful implementation of internet technology. I guess it's important to remember that BT is really the only UK-based company that can demonstrate internet technology implementations on the scale that the government requires. For For example, our intranet is regularly accessed by virtually all of the 120,000 or so people currently in BT. We have well over 1 million transactions a month on BT's website. And yes, I know Amazon.com's may be a bit higher, but there are not many of those amazing internet startups that have got more transactions than BT. And BT makes a profit too. In addition to that, you've got applications like What's My Bill, where you can get access to over 25 million customer records in less than half a second. Now, how's that for customer requirements management and legacy system integrations? No other UK competitor can meet those figures. I set up BT's intranet with many of the people now on my team. In the first 2 years of operation, we achieved a 35% productivity improvement in BT and audited savings of over £1 billion. And I think many would claim we changed BT as well. Others in the team have come from outside BT with specific consultancy and internet business skills. Since then, and over the last 2 years, we've had a major involvement in every single one of BT's large internet technology sales in corporate clients. Now we're here to do the same in government, education and health clients, and specifically to work on joined-up solutions to help you sell BT's extensive range of IP products as imaginatively as possible. So do please contact us if we can help. We'll be putting my glimpse into the future on our website shortly. And this will include, and the URLs at the back there, this will include links to provide information on the products I've mentioned. We've also had from the earlier shows, we've had requests for further episodes focused on specific joined-up government activities. So do watch this space. Just a final thought before I go. I wouldn't want you to, this evening as you leave, to put just too much reliance on technology. A little story about a German couple that bought a top-of-the-range BMW recently, took it out for a test drive, and they drove it straight into a river near Berlin. And when the inquest was being made afterwards, it turned out that the problem was that the global positioning system, the GPS monitor in their car, hadn't told them to wait for a ferry. Thank you.